What's going on, everybody? Greg here, Rack and Rock Chronicles, and as you can see, I'm wearing my IA6K. And the exception of actually putting my spotting scope in the pack, I am fully loaded out. Everything is in this pack right now. All of my packed clothing, everything we talked about, even our food, just so I can kind of show you guys what it all worked out to be. So again, we started this list, both myself and Keith, so that we can kind of help give recommendation to what type of gear you're looking for. This wasn't meant to, hey, you got to go buy the stuff that we're telling you to buy or that we're showing you in this video. It was so that you had a starting platform to kind of look and say, hey, you know what, that's a pretty good idea, but I think I have something close, that I don't have to go buy. So, everything from fitting your packs, because so many times on social media, there's, umpteen manufacturers. I went with Initial Ascent because, one, they're made in the USA, priced right, quality gear, and fitment. I mean, literally, I have 9 days worth of equipment in this bag, aside from having my bow here, but it's all here. So both our list and the Gohunt list broke everything down to your trailhead weight. That's the most important one. That's the one that what everything weighs when you start going in. So, we can break it down all the way for you, in each category so that you have an idea. But the most important piece is what is that overall weight, everything included, when you actually get to where you're walking in to the wilderness to go on your hunt. So, all broken down, doesn't matter what gear it was. This is where we were and this is where they were when it came to your actual trailhead weight. Now granted, I don't have my bow here with me, but it is all accounted for, okay? So if you've gotten the email with the R list in it, you already see what is all included. You see how the pie charts are broken down. You see the summary charts. It breaks down every category by weight, breaks down every category by price. So it just gives you that extra bit of knowledge that when you're putting together your list, you have an idea of what you're looking at. So on the Gohunt list, okay, everything included, they were at 976.99 ounces or 61 pounds. Not bad. Now, we worked this off the 2017 list that they had. Originally, we were going to do the 2016, but we didn't want to show such a big difference because, from their original list, obviously, they caught on and realized by the second time they did it, they saved some money and they saved some weight. So their original list, they were at 72 pounds or something. So they're at 61 pounds, so they shaved some weight. Cool. We were at a total of 60 pounds, and I don't have the exact ounce, but obviously we saved 1.06 pounds off their list, which is awesome. Pounds count. So, I'm carrying, aside from my bow, I'm carrying everything on my back right now. What's great is I don't feel it in my shoulders. I have all the weight sitting on my hip pads where they're supposed to be sitting. That's where you're going to carry all your weight. If you said that you had 60 pounds on your back right now, I'd laugh at you because I can't feel it on my shoulders. So then it all came down to price. Weight is one thing, but how much can you afford to spend to be going on a trip for 9 days somewhere in the backcountry with a non-resident tag, all this travel included, how much can you afford to spend on gear? So they came in on this list at $17,209.68. Okay, that's a big chunk of change. Now, that's not including all of their food pricing. Now, our price doesn't include our food either, because I did it exactly like they did their list so that we can compare apples to apples and not apples to oranges. So, our final price all the gear that was mentioned on our list: bow, arrow, tent, sleeping bag, pack, rain cover, clothing, food. Well, excuse me, not food. Filtration, boots, you name it. Everything that they had on their list is exactly the items we went with our list, except for certain items where, face paint, didn't need it. We actually went ahead, and upped the gear with 2 water filtration systems, so on and so forth. So our final price, we're already a pound lighter. We are at $8,496.73. So we shaved almost $9,000 off that list. So this is why we did this, was to show you that you don't always have to go with the big brand names for the right gear. It is to each their own, but again, this was a recommended list to you, the viewer, to say, hey, okay, that's a good starting point, but I'm not a big fan of this from that company, so I'm going to look, but try to stay in the same price and weight range. And that's basically what we did. We took exactly the gear that they had on their list. We researched what works better for a better price, or what works the same for a better price and better weight. So again, this was my portion of the gear list. Keith is working on his portion of the gear list, and we'll see where he comes in at. I know, again, some of it did or is the same as stuff that was on my list as far as small items, gear items. Clothing wise, is he using Scree? Yes, but he's using different gear as far as different shirts, different tops, that type of thing. Our boots, I believe, were the same. Food, again, there's no price involved on the list, and it's the same anyway. Filtration was pretty similar. Tent and sleeping bag, completely different. Backpack, completely different. So he may save more money in weight. He may save just weight and add more money. I don't know yet. I have not totaled his list out. He's been working on it on his own. But stay tuned. Again, you'll see some just segmented videos of specific product so that you have a better understanding of why we chose it. We've put a bunch of them up already. I believe the filtration ones went up this morning, possibly yesterday, on the Sawyer and the Grail. You've seen the breakdown of the initial ascent pack, and you'll see more of the pack as I start filming for the fly fishing portion, while Keith is finishing up the hunting portion, and then he'll do one on the fly fishing list as well. So there it is, guys, my initial ascent. All the gear loaded in there, and as you can see, it doesn't look super funny. I've got all those Viam gear grabs in there, basically containing all of my equipment. The only equipment in this pack right now that is not in a Viam gear grab is my outer shell and outer pant for hunting, my tent, my sleeping bag, and then my game bags are not in one of their gear grabs, but they're in their bag that they come in from Viam. And then my actual outdoorpantry.com food is inside my Ursack, which is at the very top portion of the main part of the bag. But basically my kill kit, all of my gear that I might need is either in the lid or these front 2 pockets on the front of the bag. And you can see obviously I have my hiker hunger poles right there on the side. The only thing, I didn't really want to get the spotting scope out of the case that it comes in. It's a nice rolled up padded case. I didn't feel like pulling it out just to throw it in there, but you will see it in demos as weather progresses to the better. We've had some sleet and freezing rain this morning, and we're calling for 6 to 8 inches of snow tonight into tomorrow. So it's been a little rough to get outside and do some of these demos. But stay tuned, guys. We'll be back, and hopefully you'll see Keith's videos here very shortly. Talk to you later.